Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our presidents, Bishop Ross and Bishop Jim, welcome to this session of the 55th Synod of the Diocese of Auckland. As we prepare for takeoff, your attention is required, even if you attend Synod regularly. This video will help prepare you for Synod. Synod is the governing body of the diocese. Look around. You'll see lay and ordained representatives from each of the nearly 100 ministry units in the diocese, including chaplaincies, LSMUs, parishes, social service agencies, youth, and other diocesan groups. Our bishops share the role of president. Bruce Gray is our Chancellor. He explains the legal ramifications of our decisions.
Look, it's really very simple, not unlike the Holy Trinity.
And Sonia Morm is our Diocesan Manager.
Yes, but how's it going to make any difference to the fact that there's a car in the car park with its lights left on? Again. Gee, oh, that's my car.
Synod is bracketed by prayer. The work we do together is shaped by prayer. We have Synod chaplains to lead us. And for the entire time Synod is in session, we have a team praying for us.
These signs aren't just for decoration. We invite you to respect the cathedral by consuming your food and drinks outside the nave. The only exceptions are your water bottles and, of course, the President's lolly jar. If you make your first speech in the house this Synod, please come forward to the table and get your sweet reward.
Exits are located everywhere, but in the case of emergency, the best ones to take are actually marked exit and are located at the back of the nave or the Patterson entrance. For your convenience, toilets are located at the Patterson entrance, Monteith Centre and in the Undercroft.
Meal breaks are a really important part of our Synod, a chance to catch up with friends and colleagues and meet some new ones. Limited meals this year will be served in the Bishop Monteith Visitors Centre, but all of us who are able will be invited to go across to the Selwyn Library for all meal breaks.
In accordance with New Zealand law, there is no smoking anywhere in the cathedral building, and that includes the toilet areas.
When leaving the cathedral, please cross the road at the lights.
Each session will be preceded by the ringing of the bell. Please make your way quickly and quietly to your seat and make sure that you sign the attendance book before each session that you're present.
It is customary to stand whenever the presidents enter the Synod Hall. Curtsying is optional.
While in session, please switch off your phone as it may interfere with the navigational equipment of the Synod.
Where someone is speaking, please pay them the courtesy of listening. If you wish to move around the Synod Hall, the best time to do that is the break between speakers.
While in session, knee rags should be worn like this. If you have forgotten to bring your own knee rag, it is common courtesy to ask permission of your neighbour before snuggling up under theirs.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, good. Oh, that would be the other Sarah. Yeah. Oh, there are seats up here for visitors and observers, but if you're up here, you need to keep your voice to a whisper so you don't distract proceedings. And if you want to vote, you have to return to your seat.
When invited by the President, take your seat to the side of the lectern. Please adjust the microphone to the correct height. Introduce yourself by saying, Mr. President and members of Synod, my name is Linda Carter from the Isle of Atlantis. It helps if you also begin by saying, I wish to speak in favour of or against the motion.
You haven't got all day to make your point, so come prepared. Movers of motions have 10 minutes to speak. Speakers to motions have 5 minutes. When the green light is on, you're good to go. When the orange comes up, you better speed through those last minute points. Because red means stop. It means stop. It means stop talking. It means...
If you think the motion under discussion is basically right, but needs some small change, you can propose an amendment.
To do so, you will need to provide 3 written copies of your proposed amendment. One to the President's table, one to the Secretary's table, and one to the IT Genius. And preferably, let them be legible.
And if an amendment is proposed and seconded, you need to pay special attention. We will be discussing the amendment until that amendment is voted on. If it is approved, then it becomes part of the motion. If it is not approved, then we simply return to the motion. Just breathe, people.
Voting is done verbally and is preceded by the President saying, "Those in favour, please say aye," against no, or you may choose to abstain. Votes are either agreed, that means everyone says aye, passed, where a majority say aye, or lost, where the majority say no. Sometimes it will be too hard to tell, and members of Synod will be asked to raise their hands or fill in a piece of paper to indicate their vote.
Sometimes we need to discuss the detail of a bill, so we move into Synod in committee. That way we can sort out the details more easily. Remember, it's the same people, just a different way of getting things done. So even if it seems a bit weird, just go with it.
One of the key responsibilities of Synod is to elect members to Diocesan Council. It is made up of lay and clergy and is chaired by our bishops. The Council meets monthly and carries out the work of Synod in between sessions of Synod. They also have very yummy dinners, just saying.
The forecast for the next few days is mostly for settled weather, but always be ready for turbulence.
Remember that if you're not moving about the Synod Hall, you should be in your seat with your seatbelts fastened.
And we've got a great deal to do over the next few days, so let's attend to our work prayerfully and carefully.
But let's also remember to have some fun.
Right now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey on the 55th Synod of the Auckland Diocese.
Roger.
10-4.
Good buddy.
Got you, copy.
Can I have a Clarence?
Copy.
It's time to get underway.